Hello, welcome to day 25 of 30 days of JavaScript and let's go. Join two arrays by ID. Okay, again some implementation. Okay, let's see. Given two arrays, array 1 and array 2, return a new array, joined array. Okay, all the objects in each of the two input arrays will contain an ID field that has integer value. Okay, and joined array is an array format by merging array 1 and array 2 based on their ID key. Okay. The length of the joined array should be the length of unique values of ID. Makes sense. The returned array should be a sorted in ascending order based on, okay, we have to make sure it is sorted also. If a given ID exists in one of the array but not in the other, the single object that ID should be included in the result without any modification. If the two objects share an ID, okay, the object 1 and object 2 do share an ID, their properties should be merged into a single object. Okay. If a key only exists in one object, that single key value pair should be included in that object. Okay, it is getting confusing, but let me understand this. ID1, ID2, ID3. So these are the three unique IDs. X we have used X1, X9. Great. ID1, ID2, ID2, ID3. Great. So this is the concept that we have to understand. They are overriding it, which makes sense. And I think there is one more where they are explaining to add. So that means if it would have had Z also, then that Z would have added to here. Okay, let's start. So two things here. First, they have mentioned to join these two arrays, right? So we can do it at one go, or we can keep them separate and merge them later on. That either way is fine. Second is they have mentioned key, which automatically from that only I thought, okay, I have to use some sort of object or hash map. So I'll use object. So let's start from there. Let joined map equals to object. Okay. Now, first thing is I'll have to convert these arrays into object, into this, I'll have to add these arrays into this join map, right? So what I will do is for adding that, the structure of my this join map at the end will be something like this. I'll copy this ID1, right? So that will act as a key for me, whose value is this. Then ID2 and again this and ID3 and again this. Okay, this is what I want actually. Okay, now once that I get this, what I can do is on join map, I can use object.values and get all these values. Okay, this, if I just use dot values, I'll get this as an array, right? So this is an array. So that's how I want it. Now I just have to focus on getting it. Join map, okay. I think I can, let me do this. For let I equals to 0 colon I less than array1 colon I plus plus. Okay, let me first focus on the key. Let key equals to, the key will be array1 I dot id, because they have mentioned that each of this will have id. Okay, each of this object will have id. They mentioned it. So we got the key. Now we have to decide the value. So again, hash map comes in. That means we have to first check whether that key already exists or not. If it does not exist, then do something else. If it exists, we have to get the previous value and update that. Okay. So if key, not the key actually, join map key will never be null. Join map key. If this is undefined, that means this key never got added to the join map. That means now we have to set this up for the first time. So what I'll do is I'll set this up for the first time. I'll use this key and value will be array1 I. This is the value, right? Yes, this entire thing is the value here. Great. Else here array1 is equals to this. Let me add a comment here so that it becomes clear. Array1 or the item is equivalent to this. Okay, so that's why we could use ID. We have added it here. Now, if that item is available, we will have to get the previous values. So to get the previous values, let me use this. Let value equals to this. Now we got the value. This value here, if it is for the first time, it might be equals to this, right? And now we have to add this also. So what I will do is I'll use the previous values. I'll have to use rest operator here. So what rest operator does, I will show you the result also. I'm using this dot value. Okay, let's assume that ID is one. Uh, ID is one, but y is one, z is one. This is the previous value that we got. The current value we already know, which is this. Now we have to merge both of this. So the resultant value of this should be all these along with x equals to 1. Okay, it should be like this. So this rest operator, what it will do is, if the value is this, I'm trying to explain everything in detail actually. The rest operator value will be ID1. So basically it will be, you can assume at the simplest level, it will be without this. Okay. Basically it is adding all these values in this object. Okay. It is not nesting them. And similar to that, we want to spread this also. Not this, sorry, this. Yes. Why I'm using a spread operator for this also is because if there are any values, for example, x equals to 0, this is the old value, the new value is x equals to 1, so we need this x1 to be overwritten. So what will happen is, these are the old values which will be x, this will get, this will get replaced here, comma, after that this will get replaced, right? Sorry, along with this. This is the old value, and after that I'm adding some space. This will also get replaced. So if the keys are same inside this won't get used. Even though it is same, it won't get used. This will get used. This won't get used even though x key is same, the value is different, so it will get overridden. And in the end, we will have the resultant which is equivalent to this. So I hope you have understood what the rest operators are. Now we have got the joint array. Now we just have to return object dot values. We just need to give values as an array, right? So we need all the values of join map. That's it. That's the result actually. Let's run this. Okay, what's the issue here? All of them failed. 1, 1, 2, 9. The result is 3, 5. Oh, okay. So this is the second array and the output is empty. So somehow we haven't added it. Let me check the code. We have set this, right? Okay, we have not. We have used actually everything. Let me do console.log join map. Let me run this. Join map is empty. Okay. Let's focus on code and see what happened. Join map, which is an empty. Join map key we are checking. If it is equals to undefined, then join map key should be equals to array item, which we added. Great. Now, else value will catch the previous value and set it on join map, which is also good. Let me check. Let me console each and everything actually. Key. This for loop is not working. Ah, such silly mistake. And okay, Let's see. What is the result? These two, and the result is x129,129. Okay, we haven't used array2 yet. So I think, okay, now it's pretty much sorted. We don't have to worry about anything. So what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning up the code. Okay. Now what has happened is we have already done everything for array1. So let's do it for array2 also. And that way everything will get overridden correctly, everything will work correctly. Because we have to merge array1 and array2, right? So array2 values are taking priority, and if array2 values are taking priority, they will be written next. And it should work. Run. Submit. Great, it passed. Beat 69.07%, not the best, but yeah, fine. That's it. Thank you. Do comment, like, share, subscribe. Bye bye.